All right, bro. So I really wish I was coming out here with some better news today, but unfortunately, 2K themselves have confirmed that NBA 2K26 will be powered by Proplay. The same AI slop that we've gotten for 2K24 and 2K25, and coincidentally, those are two of the worst games in the entire franchise. So I don't know, you do the math for me there. So here's the screenshot that's up on the Xbox store. If you go to the 2K26 pre-order page, it says, powered by Proplay. Dominate every possession with immersive technology that directly translates NBA footage into realistic gameplay. Feel more connected to every dribble and crossover with revamped size-ups and experience fast-paced, dynamic movement with all new Proplay features. And I'm sorry, it's impossible for me to read that without cracking up. I've tried like 4 or 5 times, I've cut it out. I'm giggling in the background every time like a fucking child because I can't take that seriously. Look on your screen to what they said last year about explosive launches and precise stops. This is what they were talking about with 2K25. And 2K25 has the worst dribbling and the least responsive gameplay out of everything I've ever played in my life. And you cannot explode precisely out of any animation whatsoever. So I'm reading that and I cannot take it seriously at all. I'm sorry. Now, like I said in the intro, this is the 3rd year in a row that we've had Proplay, and every year that we've had it, it's been a fucking disaster. All it is AI slop that captures real-life footage and tries to implement it into the game, and it tries to save 2K money, which is the reason they do it, because the AI can analyze the real-life moves and just make it into animations in the game, instead of them actually trying to motion capture for animations like they have in the past when the game was actually good. That's all that it is. So that's pretty much a death sentence for the gameplay of this game, before we've even seen gameplay, which honestly, I find that impressive. Now, honestly, I could sit here for 20 minutes and talk about how terrible Proplay is and how much it pisses me off, but we got other shit to get to here. So the next thing I want to talk about is this tweet that Double H put out. He said, 2K announced that the next 2K26 news will drop on July 17th, breaking down gameplay and game modes, describing it as showing us improvements inspired by community feedback in quotation marks. And he says, this should be interesting to see what that entails. Now, I hate to be the guy to come out here and burst your bubble, but let's just be real here. If you believe that 2K at this point is actually even going to consider listening to community feedback, you are mentally retarded. There's really no other way for me to phrase that. Look at the past maybe 6 or 7 years. When was the last time these fucking people even remotely gave a damn what any of us thought? Like, if you really read that tweet and you go, oh my God, whoa, guys, they're listening now, bro. They're going to drop the VC prices and they're going to fix the servers, bro. Yo, they're going to remove RNG altogether, bro. 2K is listening, bro. Just look at that tweet. If you think that, let me reiterate this just so it's abundantly clear. You are retarded. So there's that covered. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is 2K is going to be doing what's called a Road to 2K26 live stream. And the whole screenshot is on your screen right now. Basically, they say they're going to be doing a whole live stream series on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and they're going to be giving us a roadmap and giving us a sneak peek of like all the new features coming in 26. That's again where they're talking about the community feedback. Again, you know, I don't have to reiterate this hopefully, but you're stupid if you fucking believe that. And they're also going to be showing gameplay and full game mode breakdowns. They're also going to be having Twitch drops for any of you who give a shit about that. The screenshot's up if you want to read through it, but yeah, I just saved you like 2 minutes of reading nonsense. Now, this part is actually crazy to me as someone who was born and raised in New York. Rucker Park Street Ball is now officially NBA and NCAA sanctioned, and starting this summer, the NBA and the NCAA players can be rostered on Rucker Park's men's pro-am teams during their offseason. And you might be thinking to yourself, you know, Tex, that's cool, we like basketball, but what the fuck does that have to do with 2K26? This is what it has to do with 2K26. So Uncle Demi quote tweeted this, and just out of the blue fucking says Rucker Park will make its debut in NBA 2K26. Just a complete curveball out of nowhere. Now, for those of you who don't know who Uncle Demi is, this dude is basically the golden boy of 2K. I've called him a meat rider so many times in the past. We don't need to get into that right now. It's not really relevant to what we're talking about, except the fact that I know he would not put this out and just be lying, because I know he's in good with the company and he actually gets a lot of insider information. The fact that he put this out here with no question marks or anything makes me believe that this is actually real. So according to him, and it seems pretty verifiable and true, we're getting Rucker Park in 2K26, which would be fucking insane. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, in 2K's defense, This might actually be what they're talking about when they say they listen to community feedback, because we've been saying for so many years we don't want these shitty ass like fake arcadey parks with like the pirate ships and the mechs. I've been saying it all year if you've been watching my videos. So that might actually be what they're talking about when they say they listen to community feedback. And if I can actually play Park in Rucker Park, I might have to consider buying this game. I'm not even going to sit here lying to you guys. Even if the gameplay is dog shit, I would need to try that out at least one time. I don't care how bad the game is. Now, the rep system for Park in 2K26 is also confirmed to be coming back. I was talking about this a little bit yesterday, so I figured I'd just throw this in here. They do this whole yapathon where they talk about random nonsense. I'll just read the part that's important. They say, earn recognition and increase your rep and battle rival squads for Park supremacy. So that is the rep system in Park, confirmed to be coming back. Thank God. I was actually getting kind of nervous that they will be dumb enough to remove it, but thankfully they did not. Now, I also want to point out, and I might be reading too deeply into this to be clear, but to me, it looks like they might be teasing offline mycareer co-op, like being able to play with other people's mycareer players, like their myplayers, in an actual mycareer game offline. It says, take over stunning environments where you can team up with your friends and challenge rival squads for bragging rights. They could just be talking about Park Online, to be clear there. I might be reading too deeply into that. But offline co-op against bots is something people in the mycareer community have wanted for a long time. So if they're actually doing that, you know, mycareer is a terrible experience. You might as well do it with other people. So that's a W. Now, just to be clear, because I know our heads were just up in the clouds for a minute with a lot of actual good information, this game is going to be dog shit. I just feel the need to remind you all of this. Every summer, it's the same thing. We're sitting back looking at the news and going, oh my God, this is going to be fire. And they keep lying through their teeth until the game eventually comes out. And we find out that it is a steaming pile of shit, at least gameplay wise. That's what it's been for a long time now. And I just want to remind you all that all of this shit is cool, but none of it matters really if the gameplay is fucking terrible, which is basically what happened with 2K25. Like, the rewards were actually good. The rep rewards for the most part were good. The game just sucked. It had a lot of good mechanics like cap breakers, but if playing the game itself and going into the park fucking sucks and I have to play against L2 cheesers and people actively cheating and zenning every game, that's not something I'm gonna fucking deal with, regardless of if Rucker Park is there or the rep rewards are good, or if any of this shit is cool. They do like a whole new rec or a pro-am, or even if they fix proving grounds, or they fix the servers, or even if they cut down the microtransactions. If the gameplay is shit, which it's looking like it's going to be with all the Proplay news we just got, none of this is going to matter. So I want you all to keep that in the back of your little fucking noggins here as we continue on through the summer. This game is probably going to suck. And I want you to set your expectations low so you don't get disappointed like we do every single year. But that's pretty much it for the news here. Like I said in yesterday's video, I am trying my best to get these videos out as quickly as possible to keep you all informed on what's going on with the game. I work full-time. I'm not like all these other YouTubers you see where this is their full-time job and they're making like 10K a month doing this shit. Brother, I work full-time. I cannot just be sitting in my room all day refreshing Twitter, not brushing my teeth, not showering, just waiting to be the first person to get this news out. I can't do that, brother. I'll be homeless on the street. But I am trying my best to get these videos out. I am interested in it. I do enjoy making the videos. So as soon as I can, these videos will be edited and uploaded. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video here. Thank you sincerely. If you waited to the end, I appreciate you. And until the next piece of news drops, thank you to my members. I love you boys. Your support means a lot. And I'm out of here, people. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Who knows? But until then, peace.